morning. Buenos dias, mis amigos. Please support your local food bank, Drug and Alcohol Center. We're going to do an IHOPKC update regarding the sex scandal with Mike Bickle. Now, this just came out. General Kirk Fuller yesterday, actually last night, in response to this video. And in this video, this is a man named Alan Hood is talking about...
We've been on this, there's levels of self-preservation, there's levels of lawyering up, there's levels of all kinds of levels, legal ramifications, defamation lawsuits, civil lawsuits.
Defamation lawsuits and civil lawsuits. We're going to come back to this. Now, this is a man named Stephen Strang, and this is an executive investigative reporter. This video came out back in December. I'm going to listen to this for a second.
Julie Royce, who I don't know who that is, but I read the report, and to me, there was no evidence in it at all. In fact, I felt like it was almost a classic case of defamation. I think a worldly person could bring suit against her and against the anonymous accuser for defamation of character at this point. Why? Because there has been no evidence that I've seen in public to substantiate the claims. So things like this, they don't happen in...
It's interesting that his perspective is that there isn't any evidence to substantiate the claims. When I saw that, I thought, well, I clearly outlined that Mike Bickle was in communication with Jane Doe, and he's talking about defamation. This is a man named Malachi. He was on the program. Now, Stephen Strang also talked about defamation. Where is it?
There's no proof of it. And these charges could not go on and on and on and on without any evidence at all that I was dealing drugs. Meanwhile, my reputation would be tarnished, as you were talking about defamation. That's a discussion for another day. I would just like to see IHOPKC put this to rest.
Sure, my computer doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to see right here. It says here.
Dealing drugs. Meanwhile, my reputation would be tarnished, as you were talking about defamation. That's a discussion.
Defamation, that's a discussion for
another day.
Another day. Now, Stephen is saying that Eric, the crisis manager, if you don't know who that is going to be on his program. And where are we going to go? This is Kirk Fuller. This video just came out. Now, this is Eric, the crisis manager. In fact, if you go all the way back here, Navigating Concepts.
McKernany at Spencer Fain LLP. Now, on the topic of attorneys, let me address that. In this situation, in particular, the presence of attorneys is actually a good thing. They help to introduce a measure of accountability, and they also help clients know what their rights are. An honest process should not cause anyone to feel nervous with the presence of attorneys. So let me just break that down. So what we have is the advocate group, along with the main alleged victim, who are represented by an attorney. The International House of Prayer, KC, has also hired an attorney, and Mike Bickle has hired an attorney.
So the way that he has described this is that IHOP, for an example, has lawyers, Mike Bickle has lawyers, and the Advocates has lawyers. All right, Kirk Fuller. Oh wait, we're gonna go back to Alan Hood. I gotta get to this straight. If you know my channel, soy pastor de la calle. I'm a Christian street pastor. I speak Spanish, and I just for the record, like I get people threaten me all the time, right? On the street, online, social media. I've had many threats by many people, and my response when people threaten me is like, yeah, bring it on there, tough guy. Do your worst. If for an example, if I get sued, I'll ask for the maximum and go work with the gangs in jail. You know what I mean? I'll read my Bible every day and do Bible studies. So like when you're working for the Lord, you have to expect that you're going to have persecutions and trials and tribulations. And these men, in my opinion, are ready to go to court. Like, bring it on there, IHOP. Right? We'll go to the lawyer. Let's bring it all out. I believe they have the truth on their side. And that's the attitude you have. A man of God or a woman of God is as bold as a lion. All right? That's what God is looking for. Men and women to stand for truth against the face of lawyers and high-priced crisis managers, law firms. All right? Like I reiterate, man of God or a woman of God is bold as a lion. All right. Now, all right, self-preservation. What is this all about?
Self-preservation, there's levels of lawyering up, there's levels of all kinds of levels, legal ramifications, defamation lawsuits, civil lawsuits by victims, and we're missing the reality of the church and who the church should be and what the church should do. We have a situation.
In my opinion, these men don't look scared. Right. They're not doing this for money. They're not doing this to take over IHOP, and they're all men and full-time clergymen, all right? I believe that they have the truth on their side. Now, Mr. General Kirk Fuller, and just for full disclosure, I have a tremendous amount of respect for the fact that this man has given his life into the service inside the United States. I come across people with PTSD on the street, homeless people that are suffering the Canadian Armed Forces here in Canada. And this man has served his country, and he's put in this very difficult position. So I am praying for him as well as everybody. We're holding everybody in prayer. All right? Now, let's watch this video.
For the past several days, I've been under enormous pressure from the advocate group, their attorney, and external leaders to immediately concede to their demands for yet another independent investigation. These are men that I barely know, but I've been told that failure to do so proves that I'm not serious about uncovering the truth, and that I am unconscious of the implications that a failure to arrive at the truth will have on the entire Christian community. Over the last several weeks, I have done everything in my power to negotiate with the advocate group to convince them to tell me what they know. I believe that this information would be very important for me to learn. They have claimed for months, both verbally and in writing, that they have credible evidence from eyewitnesses. I needed that information, and I knew that they had already refused to provide it to our independent investigator, so I hoped that they would at least give it to me. They have refused repeatedly. Instead, they have decided to post videos that contain some of the information that I was diligently and honestly seeking. Instead of helping me, they have prevented me from finding out information that they're now willing to share with the whole world. And they made these videos in December before I even assumed the responsibility of leadership here. I can't understand why they would not have provided these videos to me to support their claims. I have a local community to shepherd and equip. That has not changed. Today, I provided these videos to the independent investigator. She's a professional with the skills and experience necessary to determine the relevance of the advocate group's most recent publications. Her role is crucial in ensuring that the investigation is comprehensive and unbiased. I have never said that these allegations are not true. I have never questioned whether the alleged victims are telling the truth. As I have constantly said from the very beginning of this, I want nothing more than to uncover the truth. That's still my goal. I've been steadfast in my commitment to a process that is fair, just, and transparent. Significantly, and at all times, the allegations were treated as if they were credible in order to care for any past or present victim while objective due diligence was being performed. I remain open to any credible evidence that can illuminate this situation, and I'm dedicated to following through with this process until its rightful conclusion. I now know what I must do. I no longer need the unsolicited outside advice of people who have no authority here. I'll await the independent results of our investigator and then compare those with what the new leadership here and I have found on our own, and then use those findings to hold people accountable for their behavior and to correct all organizational shortcomings as necessary. We will not tolerate misconduct of any kind, and we stand against any form of abuse. Thank you. Diligently and honestly seeking. Instead of helping me, they have prevented me from finding out information that they're now willing to share with the whole world.
All right, I'm done with this video. He's quite upset, and what I'm going to do is I have to be careful under the law of fair use in public domain not to use all of it. I can only use part of this. So what I'm going to do is, if you go into the description, you just click the button and you can watch this whole right through, all right? Just click it. And I'm done with this video. Just so everybody knows, I got to eat to the street. I'm late again. I do these videos in my free time. So thank you to my friends liking my videos and commenting. Let me know what you think. Here's defamation. Defamation in the U.S. To prove prima facie defamation, a plaintiff must show four things. 1, a false statement purposed to be fact. That's number 1. Publication or communication that statements a third person. That's number 2. Fault amounting to at least negligence. And the damages on all sides are actually easily proven. It is easily proven. This is my website. If you haven't checked out my website, I've been documenting this. And I have a lot of information on my website, lots of videos. And also, like, we have the main document, Stephen Strang. All of these are different links. All right, here it is here. This is Matthew 5. And for an example, anger. You have heard what it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable of judgment. But I say to you that anyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to counsel, and whoever says you fool, you'll be liable to the hell of fire. So if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you're going to him in court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you be put in prison. Truly I say to you, you will not get out until you paid the last penny. That is Sermon on the Mount. I'll say it again. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you be put in prison. Somebody's telling the truth in this sex scandal of Mike Bickle. And I think that the truth is what we are seeking on my channel. I am praying for the truth, and I will continue to cover this IHOPKC fiasco disaster. A lot of people are hurting, and just like I have my street outreach, I'll wait all day long to find someone in a back alley eating out of a dumpster with a needle hanging over their arm or smoking crack. That's where I'm going right now, to back alley. I see the value of one. My online ministry, I would make videos for the one if one person was watching it. But more people are watching it. In fact, over the years, I've had many people contact me that have been victims of abuse in the church. And even to this day, I have people contacting me and encouraging me to do these videos. So I've done my job. And thank you for people who are watching. Let's pray, keep everyone in prayer. So may the Lord himself, the God of peace, sanctify you through and through. May your whole body, soul, and spirit be kept blameless at the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. The one who called you is faithful, and he will do it. May the Lord bless you, keep you strong in the faith, and remember, Brother John loves you.